Hey everybody, welcome back. So, a couple extra little tips and tricks that weren't planned, a little off the cuff on this one, but I think they'll really help you. At this point in time, I've finished coloring my octopus. I'm just going to keep a nice simple two-tone. You'll see we'll add a third color in like the kind of like outline or like glow kind of effect thing in a little bit. Something that I didn't want to recommend, but it does make it easier, but only do this if you have a pretty firm understanding of layers, in my opinion, is I did most of my dark purple on one layer. You can see me clicking on it now. And then underneath it, I did pink. You can see if I move the pink above the purple, it essentially takes it over. But because it's below it, I could be a little bit more carefree when coloring it in, if that makes sense. Now, if you go ahead and do this, once you're done coloring, you want to merge all of your color layers together. So I do that by selecting your topmost color layer, which is my darker purple. I click on it again. You don't want to do merge all because that'll merge it with every single layer that you have. You just want to hit merge. Once you do that, it merges down, like directly down. Like if I had the outline, there it is now. If I were to merge down again, this layer would go into the stock photo. So I'm done here. I have my colors merged. Something else that I wanted to show you is if you click on the layer twice again to bring up the layer menu, you could go to HSL Adjustment. HSL stands for hue, saturation, and lightness. Lightness, the very bottom one, is literally just how bright or dark something is. Saturation will increase or decrease if something is desaturated. Color intensity, keep in mind that 0 is your like original setting. Hue is a fancy word for color. So you could actually play around with this and get a different colored octopus if you so choose. I like my purple ones, but now I think about it, that I have a different sticker that also kind of uses those colors. So I'm trying to look for something that is like, I don't know, not that. And I was thinking either green or like a tealish. I haven't had a teal, and I might up the saturation a bit. And yeah, there we go. Cool, done. So I like just completely changed the overall aesthetic anyway by just swapping the color. Again, that was a HSL adjustment right there. So yeah, just did that with you guys live. All right, where are we going from here? So next would be optional text. Mine have them. I think they're pretty cool and funny, or whatever you want to say. But again, if you really don't like them, you don't have to do this. I recommend that you do them first in black to outline them, and we're going to go back to the technical pen. Technical pen size, you're going to want 2.0-ish. 2.1 is totally fine. I'm going to call this the Octo. We'll go over here with it. So I'm going to, hey, you know what? Actually, the 2 was kind of small for this. So I might bump it back up to 3. Yeah, I've changed it depending on which one. I've used. I do want the text. Oh my gosh, I'm doing something incredibly wrong. Guess what do you think it is? The text should be on a new layer. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the plus sign. Make sure this new layer is below both your octopi layers, or your whatever, your outline and your color layer. And let's try to do better text. I really want it to be over here on the right, but I felt like my O looked a little too much like a C. There we go. Zoom in and try to get a better C here. I think they will always look a little like sketch-like, and that's kind of the style that I'm going for. So that's totally okay. There we go. As long as it fits the canvas, we can always kind of shift things up later, you'll see. So no worries on that one. And then now that we have the outline for the text done, I'm going to make a new layer below the outline, and I'm going to go back to my paintbrush, and I'm going to take a different color and color it in. Do I want to stick with those greens, or do I want to... I think I'm actually going to go back to the purplish for the text and see what that looks like. So then I'm going to color in the text. And again, you don't have to be super careful while doing this. because, again, it is below everything. It's below the, in this case, my octopus, and it is also below the text outline. So bear with me as I quickly do this. Again, try to avoid using that paint bucket tool. It ends up just kind of like getting really pixelated, and trust me, when people have done them in the past and they print, it shows. It looks a little rough. If you use the paint bucket tool, you're gonna have to fill in the stuff anyway with the brush tool, and we're doing these small enough anyway, it shouldn't take that long. All right, last step of the sticker. We're going to make another new layer all the way at the bottom, right above the stock photo, below any text or your outline and your color of your object or character. And we are going to take a new color. This should be something kind of not contradictory. Should really like stand out or opposite kind of color from what you've been doing. I'm going to go with a nice yellow. I recommend a brush size of like anywhere between 8 and 10. I went with 9.3 here, and because again it is behind everything, you don't have to be super careful, but do go around the edges and give it a nice little yellow outline. This will really give you some leeway when cutting these stickers out. You could either cut on the yellow line, which is thicker and bigger than the black line, or you could leave a little bit of white space on the edge. This part of the sticker thing will be a requirement because, like many projects we do this year, they are kind of like a set amongst all your other fellow students. So this way, all of our stickers will kind of look like they were designed by a studio rather than just a random series of individuals with like no theme or connection. I do also recommend that you go around your text. You treat your text as something else to kind of cover as well here. If there's like such a gap, like a little gap, and it just looks like better filled in, then you can just fill it in too. Something else you can decide before we're done here is interiors. Do you want to fill them in or not? That is up to you. I'm going to leave them blank. I think I like it better like this. Again, as long as it fits inside that square, you're good to go. We could shift, you could merge all the layers together and kind of shift it up, but don't worry. I'm going to be taking care of that as I print them for you in Photoshop. So as long as nothing is cropped outside of the square, you're done. In this tail end of this video, I'm going to combo them together. We might kind of come back to this later. I want to show you how to get this onto Schoology. So go to your menu button in the top left and then hit Gallery. This is also a good habit to do because you want to periodically save your sketches. Once you're in your sketchbook gallery, find your physical file, like mine right here. And in the bottom right, you're going to see a button with like a rectangle with 3 slashes. Click that. And the one that I want you to upload into Schoology is called, or to get to that, is Export PSD. It is the second one from the bottom. If you click Export PSD, you'll notice there's apps up here in the top. If you scroll over enough, you will find Copy to Schoology. I don't have this right now, but when you click that, you can find your course, and then you can also find the correct assignment, which will be labeled to you live in class. But this Copy to Schoology bit right there is exactly how you want to upload each of your stickers. I will be printing directly from there, so if it's not uploaded to Schoology, you really run a very high risk of not getting your actual stickers. All right, so that should do it. You will be making a series of, like I said, at least 3. So you can be the judge and you can always do more. This one here is my not final one. But yeah, there you go. All right, guys, project over.